What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is the next installment in Should You, or Which, not Should You. I about went back to the Should You Take Blah 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 6-star gold. That was a year ago, man. That was a whole other series. This one is, if you're required to use any of whatever character, which one of those any characters should you use? So, if you're required to use Roman Reigns, because let's be honest, you're probably going to be required to use a Roman Reigns here and there, I would just imagine, considering he is such a dominant force in WWE. So if you're required, you screenshot it? Oh, so did I. Yeah, they're talking about, there's another video with Dirty Dom. You'll see it. You'll know. Yeah, they're talking about that in our chat. But Roman Reigns, if you're required to use any Roman Reigns, which ones are you going to use? So what we've been using is the very simple to understand red light, yellow light, green light system. If it's a red light, nope, don't use them. If it's a yellow light, there's chance that you might use them conditionally here and there. If it's a green light, yes, of course, you're going to use them. So let's start out, as we always do, with the red lights. And there's a lot of red light Romans here. A lot of red light Romans. So I'm not going to go into why on every one of them, but this underwear wearing, no tattoos really at the time, just such a baby face look Roman from NXT is definitely a don't use. 13 MP charge, 9 MP charge, 11 MP charge. He does have a hot tag, 5 MP. That's his real use. But now there's actual hot tag characters. So this version of hot tag is really not the good that it used to be, but still, he does have a 1 MP move. Choose 5 gems to make blue. 1 MP. So if you could ever make his blue gem damage like 4 bajillion, then yeah, you could use him. But otherwise, no. Red light, don't use him. Another red light, which is kind of ironic, the OG Roman in the game. Now, with everything, I will admit you can do some things if you try, but this moment is only specifically for Faction Boss. This moment is only specifically for tours, and that's where he really gets stuck. Like, Blast Gems do 800% more damage. We did a video over a year ago that surprised a lot of people that this Kane right here can hit really, really good damage. But it's only in tours, because it's all color gems do 200, plus splash gems do 800. That's 1,000% more damage. Plus, he has all the gears. This is the one I like. This is my Roman right here. I like the blue on him. He's also got snuggly Santa Claus, the head of the table, even though he wasn't. This version is not the head of the table. But look at these gears. Red gems do 50 more damage. Oh, and on top of that, 25% more. And then all color moves start with 3. So if they ever rework his gear, that is red gems do 50% and red gems do 250% more damage, then yeah, this Roman might be relevant. 50% and then 250%, that's 300% more damage to his primary color. Plus you put the Titan plate on him, and you might have something. But let's be honest, this Roman is C-tier Roman for a reason. Red Roman, old Red Roman, is red light. Also a red light, C-tier icon Roman. So you do need to take him for his promoter ability to 21k. 250% more in showdown battles for Acrobat. Absolutely vital trainer, or promoter, I guess. The third class. You definitely need him for that. So he needs to be 21k on your roster, and then pretend he doesn't exist after that. Like, he's got the cooler vest of Roman. I like the look of him. He's not a fighter. Again, C tier. 14 MP to charge that finisher, which destroys 2 whole rows. Need I say more? Now, 7 random botch gems into color turn. If this were a 1 MP make the board into color turn gems, and then say you had something that blew up the board or did lots of bonus damage per color turn gem, and you put the punk plates on him, that might be something. But right now, nope. Red light, don't use him. Another red light, don't use him. This guy sucks. Like, this is the worst zombie in the game almost. He was decent when he came out, but yeah, he's just not good. There's so many different things that are here that you want to think would work, but none of them really go together. Buff the strength of your protect gems, which, where do we make protect gems again? Let me see here. Here it is, the finisher that's 12 MP, and then you after that need to do the 8 MP. I thought this might work with the plate, but you just don't break it right. I mean, it's just, yeah, this and this with the nearing end is about the best chance he's got, but he's still terrible. Just terrible. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Zombie Roman, big red light. This Roman. This Roman is also a big red light. C tier, once again, 12 MP, 6 MP. Again, you could try to pull something with the nearing end plate, because he does do 29 gems into immobile, which is great. So you theoretically could put the nearing end on, do that, and then buff just using a prop one at a time so that he triggers the nearing end plate over and over and over again. You can also increase your purple gem damage by 64%. And then you can destroy 29 random immobile gems. If you were to do that very specific thing, he actually can hit really hard. But are you going to put a nearing end plate on Roman and then use 5 props to trigger the nearing end plate a ton of times? I don't know. I'm not you. If you want to try it just to be a big old show off, you absolutely can. But I'm not putting an nearing end plate on him. Red light, he's done. Also red light, sad times, head of the table. I remember when I got this Roman out of a $20 pull. I was sitting in my church parking lot. I was about to head home. I popped $20 into the game, and I got this guy. It was before tiers were tier lists were a thing, but this being right here was not. And I just thought I was the luckiest duck of them all, right? Not so much anymore, right? This is a faction boss only, same one we saw before. This one actually does do nice things. 50% less damage from all color gems. Gems do 100% more damage. Moves do 100% more. Blah, blah, blah. He just still doesn't do great. You can do the still health, and when this came out, this was so powerful, like stealing their health and then doing botch gems and blowing them up. But I basically do the trap gems, which do some damage, and then gain red MP, into the health steal, into the green break destroy move. You've got the sub. This is where he does become relevant. You can make this sub on Gemania into the thing to do. Like, you can buff this so he hits, I think it's like 17 turns, 16 turns, something like that, on the sub. And if you're doing the Gemania that requires you to get points for a sub, yeah, this is your guy. This is your guy. Other than that, yeah, not good. Oh yeah, Telvin, I just got to that. Okay, so red light there. So let's move to the yellow lights. I hate to give this guy a yellow light, but he's probably even a red light nowadays. This guy. Okay, so I've got some good Roman stories, right? I did it was a single pull or something like that. I did like a $5 pull, like a single pull when he very first came out. I got him within the first hour of him being in the game. It's why I have the Ghostbusters moment and actually can use it on my roster, where Rusty still doesn't because he still only has John Cena. I don't have any other Ghostbusters aside from Ghostbuster Cena and Ghostbuster Roman. and man, was he good for a minute. He did use the kick out pin move. Where is it? Yeah, this one right here. Total Protonic Reversal, and the 3x1 into yellow, and this with the Playing Possum. Nowadays, strength 66k on power gems is just not it. Just not it at all. But you can do this, and then just this, and then throw more of those. This. So, Psychokinetic Uppercut into the Playing Possum, into this. But let's be honest, not very many people have this guy anyway. He's not doing meta-relevant damage. You can do the red setup, 18 immobile gems into red, into multiplies, and etc. Where's the immobile gem? They must come from the sub. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so you do the guillotine into the this and into this, and it does work okay, but it's just not meta relevant. So yellow light, but that's only because I'm really wishing hard that you could use him. Just really wishing hard. Greenish yellow, like yellow about to turn green for this guy. Man, Two Bob's build for him at the start of the 6-star gold meta even was just fire. It's basically setting up the shoulder block into the 5x1 into red with the, where is it? Something else. Increase your red move damage right here. So yeah, it's the red, blue. It's a 2 MP blue. So what you do is you just basically set up to where you can do the red move, and if you need Santa Hogan on there for this, that's great too. And then you set up with a plate, you break your red gems, you get blue MP, and he does get to a decent amount of damage. One, move damage isn't very supported well. Even with 150% strap, it doesn't quite get to the level you'd want it to, although it can absolutely work, and I love it. Or you set him up with the cross break build, and this was the 7th anniversary guy. The 8th anniversary plate does work well on him, and you do have against what class is it? If your opponent's class is acrobat, you skip their turn. So if you have him against an acrobat, you can use the green setup. Increase the damage of all your gems, bonus damage for every cross break. Set him up with the Shades of Rains, because that's what he was designed for, and the 8th anniversary plate, or the Braid Blade, or something like that. He can still do okay. So yellow light, turning green on Roman. Also yellow light turning green on this guy. If you've seen our Should You Take Chief of Beast Roman 6-star gold video, you know he can still hit meta-relevant damage. It is a little bit trickier nowadays. He's not quite what he was before, but he definitely can still get there. Yeah. And then the green lights of all green lights. This right here, free-to-play Roman, and definitely not free-to-play Roman. So free-to-play Shredder, if you played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles second version of their event, he was absolutely given away free. All you had to do was play, you got Shredder. If you did not get Shredder in that, man, I'm sorry, because they've lost the license to TMNT as far as we understand things. We've been petitioning to do TMNT 3, Secret of the Ooze, just so that some of us could get Casey Jones. Like, that's all. I would just love it for that. But if you got him free to play, this Roman is one of the best technicians in the game. If you look at the Champions Chat, let's see here, if I can get it on screen. Right there. You can't totally see it. He's a 24 out of 25. He is tied with Hip Hop Cena and Unbesiegbar. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know right there. Like 24 out of 25, almost a perfect character and absolutely free. Triple green is the way I like to run him. You do also definitely have the build with the black and purple, which is the multi-gem build. As always, just with multiply gems, it's really hard for me because they have so many multi-gem users. But triple green is great, especially if you get a 100% gem defense strap. You also have the botched plate that you could add to him now. bonus damage for every botch gem, pin the opponent. So a botch man plate. If you want to go for attack power and the botch slapped, you can do that. You can do the chic plate. You can do it defensively because it also reduces the total damage of all your opponent's gems by 49% for 2 total turns. Botches and that. I mean, you got lots of ways. Or you run him purple black with the with a gem damage strap. Plus, he does have the Turtles moment. Power gems do more damage. His sub is actually really freaking stout. Like, there's only 2 or 3 subs in this game that are meta relevant. This is one of them. Plus 50% less damage from all color gems. So he has 3 really good setups. Triple green defensively, triple green offensively, and then the purple-black multi-gem combination. And then I don't even really need to say it. This is one of the best characters in the game. If you have OTC, you don't need me to tell you he's a green light. His light is so green, it's turning like into neon lights that are going to burn your eye sockets out. He is one of the best characters in the game, period, no question, especially with the moment on him. But you don't even need it for him to be a destroyer. So if you've got him, absolutely you've got something. So if you've got Shredder, though, man, I almost want to say Shredder's, I mean, he's up there with OTC. OTC beats him power-wise for sure. Accessibility, Shredder is there. And then Rockin' Roman is just that, like, sweet guy that's coming up. You don't think he's relevant because he's all 80s and stuff, but then you see what he can do. You're like, all right, old man, I see what you can do. That's Rockin' Roman. He's still good. So this is which Roman should you use? There's some answers for you. Probably the most red lights out of any character we've done so far, but the green lights are so green that you just it's like they're fluorescent. See you on the next one. I'm getting so tired. Bye.